Next up, he's talking about the contextual nature of perception, and here he's going to reference an OBE that he brings up several times throughout the book, where he started out in what seemed to be like the physical field, right? Rose up out of his body, in his bedroom, in his house. All the layout seemed accurate to physical reality. But then as he went outside his front door, he saw a dancing elephant in the front yard. And so what he took it to be is he was starting to slip into the personal field from the physical. And then in trying to come to a reason or an explanation as to why there might be a dancing elephant in his front yard, he thought, oh, maybe there's a circus in town. Then, as you would expect in the personal field and within a dreaming experience as well, once you had that expectation, planted in your mind as a possible reason for the elephant in your front yard, then poof, circus appeared and it started like marching down the street. So that's what he's talking about. In physical life as well, when faced with a dancing elephant in your front yard, there will be a wider context surrounding that perception. Perhaps a circus will indeed come into view as you begin to explore the environment. Perhaps you are able to imagine another possibility that might explain the situation. Again, however, just as in the out of body state, what previously existed in the margins of your awareness as a possibility will eventually become part of your perception and thought. In both cases, it is possibility that basically defined and held reality. So here he's going to talk about this possibility model that will come into play in the next part we read. So the notion of possibility as a key defining psychological characteristic of consciousness has recently been introduced in a probabilistic model of reality by O'Connor and Aardema. In this model, possibility does not only cover what might be, it also covers what is here now, that which is seen or focused upon in the moment. In other words, some possibilities exist at the margins, not yet in view, while others are seen directly and experienced. So keep that in mind as we hop into this part. The point to keep in mind here is that what you perceive in physical reality still remains a maximum likelihood possibility. Sensory information does not transmit a fixed world out there. It is continuously being created as an active process occurring in consciousness. We might even speculate that sensory information is really nothing more than a powerful and encompassing possibility distribution that affects the distribution of many other possibility distributions involved in the perception of physical reality. Sensory input would only be a sideshow of a more fundamental process that is occurring inside of consciousness.